This window right here has just given me a ton of problems. Maybe the butyl tape on the last try was a bad idea, and I really don't want to break this window. So there, you can see what the butyl tape looks like. Hinges up, and let's go ahead and put this bad boy in. That's a first for this boat, to have that much ventilation. Hello sailors, my name's Andy and this is my wife Misty. A few years ago we bought an old neglected sailboat for $3,500 bucks, and I've been working on it ever since. I literally learned how to sail on YouTube, but later we both took some lessons. I used to think that sailing was only for rich people. It's not. I used to also think that you had to sail around the world to have fun. You don't. Click subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and join us, and we'll show you how much fun you can have coastal cruising on a cheap sailboat. Welcome to Sailing Soleil. This window right here has just given me a ton of problems, and it's really given me a problem with all this rain that we've been having. I knew it leaked before, but it's just gotten worse and worse. So I'm gonna tackle that and see if we can do some sort of repair job. I tried to seal it a long time ago with butyl tape. I'm gonna have to take that off. But so I'm gonna open that up and we'll get after that one. All right, I had to just take a little quick lunch break, but I'm having a Pacifico with lime and salt. Cheers. So let's get this project done. Dadgummit. Maybe the butyl tape on the last try was a bad idea because I'm having a hard time getting this window out. I thought there were bolts on, or screws on the outside keeping it in, but there aren't. It's just the, oh man. And I really don't want to break this window. Oh, shoot. All right, so I'm gonna go outside and try to pry the window with something. Dang it. All right. Okay, so I taped this off because what I was gonna do was glass this over, because as you can see here, it's just, if water gets inside there, it can get in between the core of the boat, and that's really bad. So I was gonna glass this over, but when I just tested the width of the window, there's not much room to waste. I kind of taped it off for no reason because I'm not gonna do the fiberglass and epoxy like I was gonna do originally. I just don't think I have the width space here to spare for the window when the window goes in. If I did put it in, the window might not fit back in. Anyways. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. As you could tell from the last shot, you know, this was all open. So I just sealed all this with some caulking, like bathroom caulking. Anyways, that's what I used. For the window here, I have taped it off. Then I'll take my X-Acto knife and scribe the edge before I pull off the tape. I'm just taking a stab at making it work like this. And hopefully it works. If not, we'll try something else and do it again. So because these windows on these Catalina 30s are kind of like RV windows, you know, check it out. It's actual glass. It's a glass window with an aluminum frame, and I have sealed it all, but I taped it off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this, it's just rubber with adhesive on the back. I got it at Home Depot. It's like weather stripping. So I'm gonna just put this around the whole thing so that when I put the window frame back on, it will squeeze against this and it will be another layer of protection, hopefully. So hopefully that works. It's supposed to be watertight. It's not a foam, it's a rubber. I can feel it getting snug from that rubber that's on the outside. That is really helping. These all sealed up real nice and snug. I think that weather stripping on the outside really made a difference. I feel good about it. And we're gonna just keep the positive vibes. I'm gonna put a little bit of caulking right in this little spot. It's an opening where the it ends. And that's gonna be it. It got dark, so I'll try to show you the best I can from the inside, and then I'll go outside and show you. But here's the inside. It's sealed up really good. Got the curtain track back on. You can see a little bit of the rubber right there, but that's okay. I'll just paint that white when I paint the deck again. Okay, it rained for a little bit and it didn't leak, not yet, so hopefully that works. So that's what happens when you don't scribe it good enough. It catches and it tears it off, and then it ain't worth a shit. Here's the finished product. And I washed the boat down today and it didn't leak. So it's working pretty good so far anyway. All right, we're back at the windows. I have caulked them. I have taken them out and rebedded them. And now we're doing it again. So what I have here is I taped it off on both sides of the window, because these type of windows have two spots of intrusion. You have the window and the frame, and then the frame and the hull, you know, the boat. So between the frame and the boat is one section of intrusion, but between the window and the frame is another. So there's a kit to replace all this, but I don't want to buy it, it's expensive. So what I did is I taped it off with a little bit of overlap on both sides. I've done this before on one side, but now I got it on both sides. So that's what I'm doing. And I still like the way this looks. I still feel like this is waterproof until proven otherwise. This is a weather seal, and it has kind of formed itself onto the boat like a rubber seal. So I kind of have faith in that still. So I'm gonna leave that. Here, I put butyl tape around it all, and I'm gonna go inside and put the frame on, which will cinch it. I also cut all this off. It kind of looks like crap, but I'm hoping it's sealed at least. That last time I tried to fix the windows, it actually worked, so I haven't really reassessed trying to fix them again. I was waiting to do all the windows until I had a method that worked, and what was different about that time was I had sealed the window on both sides. So I taped off both sides of the window, put caulking around the window, and then sealed it off. And that window's been good ever since. So I'll probably end up doing the rest of them like I did that window. All right, apparently I'm a glutton for punishment, but I decided today to go ahead and take out this window, this port light, and I have a brand new one that it may be a little bit bigger, but as you can tell, this old one it has seen better days. The window's cracked, the frame is all rotted away, and it only opens halfway. So you only get half ventilation here in the head. So look at how these Catalinas are built. It's not the best, if you ask me. It's actually really crappy. They don't seal the windows. So they have, you know, all these different layers, but there's nothing on the window itself that is sealed. So what I'm gonna do is try to fit the new window in there. If I have to, I might have to shave a little bit to make it fit. And then after that, I will, I'm gonna seal the edge and seal this edge just with some standard caulking, just to try to keep any sort of water intrusion from going in between these layers into the hull. And I'm sure that's been a source, you know, I don't know if you remember, but I had that lighting issue with all my lights, and I'm sure that issue had a lot to do with water intrusion right here, because the wires are inside the core of this hull. So anyways, that's what I'm up to. I want to try to get this window in. My wife Misty has wanted that window in there ever since the beginning, when we first bought the boat, and that was like one of the only things she asked for. So I owe it to her. I'm gonna try to get it done. We do have some rain coming in tonight, so I'm kind of pressing my luck a little bit to do this, but I just want to get after it. I just feel like doing it, so you gotta do it when you're feeling inspired. But we got a little mess going on. Yeah, that thing looks pretty bad. It just crumbled, like all this. Made a big mess here. We'll clean up all that later, but let's get after it. Okay, I've put it in, and I kind of had to snap it in, but this side here, as you can see, is not in all the way. So we're gonna have to shave that out a little bit. Let's see. All right. So we'll come out to here. I'm sure that's just a mess up. I'm gonna double check that, but it looks like we're gonna have to widen this by about a ½ inch. These diamond bits are great for cutting fiberglass. They do really, really good. At least the last time I used it. And if you look, it's labeled metal cutoff wheel, but it works really good for fiberglass too. I mean, I guess there's no way to get after this other than to just get after it. This isn't ideal, but this is all I got. I don't have my jigsaw here. I'm making it work, so I'm gonna test it right now and see if it pops in. Vacuum all this up and see if it pops in before I go all the way through to the other side. But it's looking all right, because that will be behind the flange. Let's do that. All right, let's try to pop this in just to see if it at least goes in. That part's in. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Just a little, it's very tight too. So I just have to finish going through the other side. That's it. And then it will go in. So I got my little Ryobi Super Dremel. I don't know what else to call it, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna get the job done for us. We'll see. Bam. Oh yeah, baby. All right, we're in. May need just a tad bit more. Let's see here. And here I'm just sealing the inner seal of the hull, because as I showed you before, they were just layers that didn't have any sort of seal. So every time I seal one of these windows, I try to, close up those layers. That way there's no water intrusion into the hull. I'm doing them one by one. All right, we've got it all sealed up. I'm just gonna let it cure for 15-20 minutes. Okay, I'm running out of light and battery here on my GoPro, but I wanted to show you at least these last steps, because everything else is pretty easy. But this step right here, I'm putting on butyl tape, and what that is it's like a clay tape. I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm gonna put on butyl tape, as you can see, around, and then I'll peel this off and the tape will stay on. I'm gonna put butyl tape around the whole edge and then I'll put the battery then I'll put the window in on both sides so that it kind of sandwiches, because there's this side that will go on the outside. This will go like this, and then the other side is just a frame, and it sandwiches the hull. And when it sandwiches the hull, it will press against this butyl tape and create a waterproof seal. So as you can see here, I've sealed up everything. So I'm just putting on this butyl tape here, the last little step, and I've cleaned this pretty good. And the butyl tape will form on your corners and all that. So what I do with the butyl tape is I put about 75% of it on this side and let 25% kind of lap over like that. Then when I put the window on, it will probably protrude, and I'll have to take an X-Acto knife and take it off. But I'll do that afterwards. So let's get this going. I'm in a little bit of a rush because it's gonna start getting too dark to do this. So there, you can see what the butyl tape looks like when you pull this off. And this stuff doesn't dry. It stays like clay, I think forever, because the old windows that I took off, the butyl tape underneath it was still malleable. So it doesn't harden or anything. So just kind of like that, and I'm gonna overlap that. This section right here looks like it could use a little extra. I'm hoping that doesn't make it too thick right there. But overlap it. And that's gonna make it a little tough to put the window in, but that's good, because then you know you have a tight seal. So we'll just go like that around the whole thing. It's looking like it's not really overlapped here, but that might be okay, because I don't wanna make it too small by overlapping too much, and then the window doesn't fit in. And if it leaks, take it out, redo the butyl tape. All the caulking and everything will be fine. The butyl tape is easy to redo. It's a pain in the ass, but it's easy to redo. So let's go ahead, make sure my hands are clean before I touch that window. Hinges up, and let's go ahead and put this bad boy in like that. So when I go on the other side and put the other frame in with the screws, it will cinch it and create that seal. So that's going to be the last step, and then I'll come with an X-Acto knife and cut all this off. It's looking like kind of a lot here. I wish it was overlapping actually. So I really hope this top section gets a good watertight seal. I'm gonna push real hard on that. So we're close. We're close. It's dark, but this is the final installation. Much better than the old broken window. I should have taken it before. So I came to the boat today just really to look at this new port light in the sun, because it was dark last time, and also I'll get an outside view also. But since I installed it until now, we also had a very heavy rain, and there was no leaking, which is awesome. Anyways, let's go outside and take a look at that port light from the outside. Let's check it out. And it performed really well. No leaks, and the installation looks pretty good. So I had recently bought this window for $20 at Minnie's Yacht Surplus, and my old one did leak a little bit, and it just looked really bad. The aluminum had kind of corroded around it, so I had replaced this one. But what I think I want to do is the same thing as over there, is put the open, because this doesn't open. I want to put the opening one like the new one that I just got, and then I'll have two opening port lights. A lot of people put, you know, the Lumar hatches up here. but I like this deck space for standing, and especially when I'm raising and lowering my halyards and stuff. And if I'm able to add 2 opening port lights to the front of this boat, that's a massive increase in ventilation, because the old port light, it was the sliding kind, so really it just opened up halfway and it leaked. So this one opens up full way, so that's already double amount of ventilation. And then if I have that, that'll be quadruple what I had before, even though it's just 2 opening port lights, because these side windows on the cabin top, those don't open. But anyways, really happy with this installation so far. It needs a sea trial with some splashing and all that, but I think it's gonna do well. After that heavy rain, you know, water's kind of flowing in. That's when it would have leaked. And what's also nice is when I'm working on these windows, I'm sealing the frame so that no water can get into the hull. Whereas most Catalina 30s, when you take this window out, you could just see all the layers, and I'm pretty sure I've videoed that in the past. Anyways, pretty stoked on that. That's a first for this boat, to have that much ventilation in the head. That's pretty nice. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next video. Bye.